someone opened the door next to me to go to the bathroom, and it scared the shit out of me. I thought I was getting shot at in a theater, and then, went back to normal, watched the movie, and we were all good.
Pleeka P. PP.
Oh my God, we're back again. Yummer!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pleeka podcast.
It's
been about a week-ish, a little more than that since we did a podcast. But we're finally here to talk about Creed, baby.
We are.
See this guy here? That's the toughest opponent you're ever going to have to face. I believe that's true in the ring, and I think that's true in life. Now show me something.
So Jonathan Majors is in Creed 3, and he's also in some Marvel shit, and he apparently strangled a woman and all this shit. And there's proof that he hasn't done it. And there's witnesses, but nothing's like official yet. But sounds like a whole lot of to me, if you ask me about it.
I didn't know he was in the third one. I did see
he's
something.
The guy that Michael B. Jordan fights in the third.
I did see something today that said that the girl said it was her fault and that she is not pressing charges anymore.
It was
whether or not that was legit or if it was just some made up shit. I don't know, and I don't know what that means. It's her fault.
I was gonna say, does that mean it was her fault? She got strangled.
I was a dumb bitch. He should have strangled me. I don't know.
There's like kind of that kind of situation.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
It sounds pretty wild.
She was like, "Yeah, I was pretty stupid." She was like, "Yeah, I deserve to be strangled." I don't know. It
sounds weird. I don't understand it. But if that's what she's saying,
Hold up.
I guess that's fine.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can shorten this a little bit here. Oh. It's funny. I was actually texting Nick last night, and I really enjoyed it. It was really. I mean, I thought I was gonna enjoy it. I did not think I was gonna like Stallone in it. I really enjoyed Stallone.
Are you not a big Stallone fan?
I mean, he's 80-5 or something. I mean,
I just saw in the trivia he was 69 or something when this came out. So
that's fucking old to be playing what, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just, like I said, I've wanted to see these movies since they came out. I've heard they were really good. And I really enjoyed it. I'm excited. Can't wait to watch the second one and then eventually get to the third.
Yeah.
And probably the fourth and the fifth and so on.
Well, I think they're making spin-offs and all kinds of shit now. So there was going to be a million Creed movies. I know we talked about it a little before, but what are your thoughts on the Rocky movies? Have you watched all the Rockies?
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen the Rocky movies. But yeah, I mean, I always liked it was funny because I was a little anxious going when I started this last night.
Oh, really?
Because I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, am I gonna remember who the? But I'm like, of course they're gonna they're not just gonna expect you to know.
You need a previously on Rocky in the beginning.
Well, but I mean, I don't know. I was in my head, I was like, God, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, maybe we should have watched all the Rockies before we did all this. But
that would have probably been smart to just do it all the way through. Yeah. But either way, this is fun.
Well, maybe we can do it backwards. Sometimes that's how we do it on
True.
podcasts.
I think too recently.
You're like, how did you watch them all? We watched Creed first, and then we watched
Creed
2,
then all the Rockies, then Creed 3.
Yeah. That would be funny. It would be funny to actually see how they are nowadays because, I mean, like I said, it's probably been 25, 30 years since I've seen one. I mean, God.
It'd be interesting, too, because we could watch two versions of Rocky 3, I think. I think Sylvester Stallone recently did a re-edit of it. And, if that's the one with the robot, I believe it is. He took out a lot of the robot stuff and some of the sillier stuff. And I guess, I think the ending might be a little different. I don't really remember. But we could watch two versions of it, potentially. So that'd be kind of interesting as well.
Kept up with Stallone news.
Oh, you don't keep up with Stallone news?
I don't. I mean, he's hot right now. Apparently, I mean, I know this came out.
He's hot all the time, baby.
No, but I mean, he was in Tulsa King. So
yeah,
how old is he now? 75?
He's 2015. He's got to be 112. I don't know. Let's see how old he is.
Well, because what was this? 2015, 2016, 2017?
Yeah, something like that. He is 76 years old right now. Wow.
And he's starring in Tulsa King. He's like a mob boss in fucking Kansas City. That's crazy.
Seems right to me.
That's crazy. He's almost 80.
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
and then, it's crazy. Yeah, he's like in right now.
Realistically, depending on how long that show is, he could die before that series ends. Being 76 years old, he might be,
I feel like they're pretty safe. I mean, he's in the mafia. They could always just kill him off. You know
True.
what I mean?
And I have to imagine he hasn't lived the healthiest life either, I gotta imagine there's a little bit of some steroid use or something, I mean, I don't know his personal life, but I'm just guessing here.
I mean, you would think. You never know. I don't know. I think I want to try to talk like a podcast. Okay?
Dude, try to talk like in the rest of the podcast. Here, that'd be like. I was gonna suggest that in the beginning. I was like, hey, should we talk like Rocky the whole time? But that'd be so fucking annoying.
We just try to talk in like New Jersey accents.
God, that'd be so annoying the whole time.
People probably be like, if anyone saw it from New Jersey, they'd probably be pissed. They're like, you're an embarrassment to New Jersey. Don't talk like that. It would be funny though.
But so what did you think of Michael B. Jordan in this? Do you think he was a good Creed?
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Don't you? What kind of sucks about these movies is I kind of wish we could see him and Apollo Creed together. Like, and I know that could never happen because of the story and all that, but that would just be so neat.
It would be super neat. I like the Tessa Thompson was in it. I didn't realize that.
Did you think some Westworld shit was gonna happen the whole time he was a host and this wasn't really happening? It was the whole theory.
Well, I'm like, is she really deaf or is she faking that?
Yeah, is that Dolores in her pretending to be deaf?
Yeah, no, but I like that. But yeah, I thought he did great. I mean, I don't know. I've always liked him. So
yeah, same. I did like the villain guy too. I don't remember his name, but the other boxer fights the whole movie. How he's kind of like a piece of shit and talk shit in the whole time to him and all this stuff. But then at the end, he's like, I respect you. You stood up and fought the entire time, and they gave him his props and all that. I enjoyed that.
See, like the thing is like growing up, I had an uncle huge into boxing. Like recorded every boxing fight. Like I don't know if he still has them or not, but I mean, but that's back when like Tyson, Holyfield, so they were like big household name, like big heavyweight guys. I could never get into it, but like I was like laying here watching it, and I'm like, dude, I'm like when they showed like the fake like HBO like behind
that was really cool. All the HBO shit they do that was so fun.
I mean, and I don't know if they still do it, but I know that like Showtime was big into boxing for a while. I know HBO was like big into boxing for a while. But I was like, man, maybe I should fucking get boxing and try. Like, that'd be dope. Like behind the scenes, like seeing them train, like you've seen them like talk shit to the fucking like other camp and like, because I mean it's like a big thing. I mean it's like they have, like one guy has the whole camp, like a trainer, a cut man, a fucking like there's just a list of people.
The cut man stuff like that freaks me out so much. But it's like it's such an interesting thing. Like when did that start? When you're like, oh, we gotta have a guy to cut your thing so you could fight more and all that.
Yeah,
it's just so fucking wild.
It's I mean, and then just the mindset you have to step in the ring and know that you're gonna either beat the living shit out of someone and probably gonna get the shit beat out of you as well.
Yeah,
it's a whole other mindset that I can't get my head around. I would not want to be a boxer, but I mean. Yeah, I don't know, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll turn myself into a boxing fan.
No, it did look pretty. Here, hold on 1 second. I gotta get the girls out, but then we can talk about
Absolutely.
I think Angela just got home. I could hear somebody talking in the hall, and they heard it too. So they were like scratching at my door to try to get to her.
They're like, "Hello."
But yeah, all like whenever I see boxing in a movie and shit like that, I'm always like, oh, maybe I would like something like that. And like the closest thing I think I've watched to boxing is like I've watched some wrestling and shit like that, and a little bit of some MMA stuff, and it always is pretty interesting watching it. I always do have a good time watching it.
Yeah, it's I've never been into like the MMA, whatever that stuff, or boxing. Only time like we've went over to like a friend's house who've like got the fights before.
Oh,
And I always do find it kind of interesting, like talk, and then like I always feel like fuck, I should watch this because like we know a lot of people that like watch that shit and like follow it religiously.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we go over, it's like I don't fucking like. So
and
I'm like taking myself
you can't
out of the
contribute to the conversation at all. Yeah.
So it's like fuck. Like I feel like an idiot, but like it's just like I'm not interested. Like I mean, it's interesting, but I feel like I'm only interested because I'm around a bunch of other people who like know like little things and like, oh, did you know that the last time this guy fought, like he fucking put someone in the crab walker and made them tap out. It's just like, and then it's like, damn, that's fucking cool. I'm like, who? I'm like, that's a thing. And they're like, yeah, it's the crab walker. That's his special move. It's like, fuck, what? So yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that's kind of, but it's at the same time, it's just like a lot of times those things are like, I mean, I could afford it, but I mean, it's just like, do I really want to spend like $70 or $80?
Yeah, no, I think that's like, the big thing with stuff like that is that
45 seconds.
Yeah, is that almost all of it is like pay-per-view, so that makes it kind of annoying to watch.
Yeah,
and
that's why
I know it's similar saying like, well, you pay for apps and you pay for all this other shit and all this stuff, but some stuff you gotta let go because you're doing.
Well, like I say, the end of the day, it boils down, in my opinion, if you like it or you don't. Like if you enjoy it. I mean, because if you truly enjoyed it, you would have no problem paying it. You wouldn't bat an eye.
True,
You'd be like, absolutely.
True.
You know what I mean? You'd just be like, fuck yeah, I'm paying for that. No question about it.
I feel like if anything, I could get into like the YouTube highlight clips.
Yeah.
From the
cool.
fights, but I don't think I think I would get bored watching like a night of them. I think eventually seeing dudes just punch each other, it'd be like it's like watching like a 3-hour or like superhero movie or John Wick or something. You get a little sick of it by the end of them punching each other and all that, you know?
I don't know. I mean, see, my thing is like I've always liked heavyweight. I mean, like, because like I said, when I was a kid, my uncle like huge into that shit, and I remember watching like some Mike Tyson fights and like, mean, just the raw power of like Tyson. Like, I mean, Jesus fuck, like. I mean, he could throw one punch and knock a dude out. I mean, just flat.
Yeah, that's scary.
So I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know enough about it to speak on it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll. And the other thing is too, like, I don't even know where to go to watch boxing now. You know what I mean? And then like, because sometimes I do see it on like ESPN. It's always on like a Friday night. But it's like, I don't fucking know any of these guys. It's like, who am I rooting for? Like,
yeah.
I mean, you don't. I guess
you wouldn't. I wouldn't know how to start finding a guy.
Right. Exactly.
And that's instead of just being like, oh, that guy looks kind of interesting, I could choose him.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
that guy's
now,
got a huge cock. I guess I'll pick that guy.
There you go. So now I've talked myself out of it. I'm not going to try to be a fan. I'm just gonna. I might watch more boxing movies. I might watch that movie.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I might watch that movie Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I've thought about watching that. There's so many times I've come. Maybe we should watch Creed 1, Creed 2, Southpaw, and then maybe Creed 3 will be out by then.
Just watch boxing movies until we find another big show or another big show comes out. We'll just watch boxing movies.
Okay, and then we'll slowly become boxers on the podcast too.
Hey, that would be okay.
And then at the end, we'll box each other.
Okay.
It'll be a whole lead up.
Yeah. And we'll do like the 6 months training or whatever.
Just like you said, people will pay for it for 45 seconds. You run at me, you hit me, I'm knocked out, it's done. Everybody, we cashed out our paychecks.
We just made $100 million each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we do a podcast on our fight.
Yeah. Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
So do you know anything about like how like the movie graphically was made? Like his eye in that last fight. How did they get it like that? That was gnarly.
He was fucked up at the end.
Because I'm like, I wonder if that was like CGI. If that was, I
bet it's a mix of both. I bet it's a little bit of both. Like I bet you they had a little I bet you they had a prosthetic on there, and then they touched up some shit afterwards.
Yeah, because I was like, holy shit.
But what about too? Like, so they cover his eye, his good eye, to see if he can fight still, and then they're tapping on his shoulder, like the amount of fingers and all that.
Yeah,
which is also pretty cool. He kicked that guy's ass with one eye, basically. Then. I mean, it was like the 18th round or something at that point.
12th round.
Yeah, I was close, but but like He did better than I would with one eye.
Well, but see that I feel like that's the whole Hollywood part of it. I'm glad he didn't win.
Oh, you don't think Michael B. Jordan can fight with one eye?
I'm not saying that, but like I fully expect. Okay, and I was texting Nick this last night too. I fully expected Rocky Balboa to die from cancer.
Oh, so did I, 100%.
And then I fully expected him to win the big fight at the end, and I'm glad he didn't because it's like. That's not how it goes in real life a lot of the time.
Well, also, if you remember, too, that's how the first Rocky is, too.
No, I know. But, I mean, it's been years. But, yes. But, I mean, it's just like, I'm glad they didn't because it's like, this is not how the real world works. I mean, I know this is a movie and it's Hollywood or whatever, but it's like, fuck, dude, like, there's so many times where someone trained their fucking dick off and they went in there and they got their fucking asshole pounded out because the other dude was just that much fucking better.
You
know what I mean?
Like, with me, baby.
It's just like
we know what you do in the ring.
Hold up.
At least it was somewhat realistic. You know what I mean? It's like I mean, he fought a respectable fight. In the end, he didn't win going off of the scorecards, which that's a whole nother thing. I know a lot of people that say that shit's rigged. Like
that stuff confuses the fuck out of me. All the scores inside that shit.
That's
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because I would get so mad. We'd play boxing games with Nick and all of us, and we'd be like, "Oh, I felt like I kicked your ass." It's like, I don't know, but the scores gave me this, so I won. And you're like, "Ah, okay, fuck you."
Did Nick used to watch boxing? Do you know, or do you remember?
I remember him watching stuff occasionally, but I could completely be making all that up. But I feel like he did used to.
He's like, no.
He'll watch this and he'll comment. I've never seen a fucking boxing match in my life.
You know, like, I guess I probably should have asked him last night about it. But yeah,
I could text him. Hey, have you ever watched boxing ever?
Yeah, be like, were you ever big into boxing? Ask him real quick. See if
I think I'm actually pretty stupid right now because he had a Mike Tyson, I think, sign thing or. Some boxer. Now there's someone in the room. There's like a picture in his room of a boxer.
Sonny,
and it's like signed or something. So I'll put it in here. But
okay,
yeah, I remember like where his office was when we were little, but now it's just Angela's bedroom.
I met him. I think I might have seen it that one day one of those times I came over.
Probably.
Yeah. I actually met Mike Tyson when I was in high school.
Oh, did he try to bite your ear off? Were you scared?
No, but he had a hell of a hand grip. Let me tell you, Jesus.
Oh,
fuck. Yeah. God, I'm 40. Yeah,
that's like
wild. I was in high school. I don't know, maybe I was 14, 15. I think I was like freshman or sophomore. But it was at Arizona Mills Mall, and he was. I was going into the mall, and he was coming out of the mall, and I was like, "Oh my God, Mike Tyson!" And I just went and shook his hand, and like I said.
Wow.
He probably could rip my arm off if he wanted to. I was like, holy shit, dude. This dude's ripped.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. That was cool.
Was that like the first celebrity you saw like out in the wild like that?
Probably one of. I mean, like the most famous people that I could prove to you that I met is Wayne Gretzky, at least in my book. I met him, shook his hand, got his autograph on my jersey.
Nice.
And there's a picture somewhere of me with him signing my jersey. Mike Tyson, I could just be making it up because
that's true. Hey, maybe Hess is a liar.
I didn't have a phone, but I truly did meet Mike Tyson. And I don't know. I don't think I've met very many like famous people. I don't think. I mean, other than like like comics and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say at comedy shows that's kind of easy though. Yeah, because I've met Steve-O and Kevin Smith and all that.
Yeah.
But the only like celebrities I've seen out in the wild, and my mom got a huge fucking hard on for it, which now is a little awkward because now he's like a horrible person. But this guy Evil Dick from Big Brother. He's got red hair. He's like just notoriously a piece of shit. He put a cigarette out on a girl during the season. It's kind of funny, but like it's not funny,
Wow.
But we saw him at Disneyland, and like he was running by, and my mom's like, "Holy shit, it's Evil Dick! It's Evil Dick!" And was like freaking out and like pointing at him, and like my aunt was like, "Well, go say hi, get a picture." And she's like, "No, I don't want to talk to him. He's an asshole." But Like she was like so
She's
fucking
oh my
excited.
God, that's evil dick.
Like I swear to God, I heard her boner hit underneath the table as they walked by because she was so excited. But yeah, I think
that's too funny.
That's the only like in the wild celebrity I've seen, and I don't even know if you consider someone on Big Brother a celebrity.
Yeah, I don't know what constitutes.
I guess too. Technically, when I went to RTX, I saw like if you count YouTube people, I saw them there, but I also don't know if that counts either.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's just everybody's own interpretation. True. You know what I mean?
True.
Because like my two people are sports figures, so I mean, like I never met like I don't know. Have I met like an actor or like any like?
I know. I was trying to think about that, but I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever seen somebody like that.
I don't think so.
I don't remember who. I know Taylor. Taylor's seen some, but she goes out to California a lot, so that's kind of like eventually you're gonna see someone if you're out there.
All of her drug smuggling runs. She's
every time she's getting some more drugs.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta get more drugs.
She's gonna be so pissed off that we're ruining her drug smuggling game now. We're outing her on the podcast, right on the internet.
You're like, God damn it!
What did you think of in Creed? What did you think of Tessa Thompson being going deaf DJ?
That would suck.
Yeah, it was such such a fucked up storyline that they created right there.
But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of the same. Like if you find out you have like cancer, or if you, if you're like terminally ill, you're like, well, you're sick.
She has a good outlook on it. She's like, it's gonna happen eventually, so I try to live.
Yeah.
Although the one thing I do gotta say is I did watch Creed 2 a little bit before this, which is we brought it up, but that's why we ended up watching this. And if I'm remembering correctly, I don't think they do a whole lot with her being deaf. I don't even remember it coming up in Creed 2. I could be completely wrong, but we'll see. We'll see if they continue that out. I think they kind of dropped it a little bit, but I could.
Well, I mean, we all know, we don't need to touch on it anymore.
True, but they do say it's like degrading or whatever. So like you think in Creed 2 she'd hear even less.
Progressively getting worse.
Yeah. We know my favorite parts of the movies is actually like all of the Rockies and all that. The training sequences. This one had a couple of them.
Well, yeah.
Those ones are always my favorites in all these movies.
Yeah. I mean they're cool.
I thought this one did I also really like too whenever they play the Rocky music. I like that they actually they waited until like the ending bit with him to play the Rocky music in this.
I almost watched all the credits because I was like, maybe there's like an end scene, but I'm like, there's
an after credit scene where Apollo Creed's hand comes through a gravestone and shit.
Yeah.
And
I was like, maybe
Rocky
I was like
versus Creed zombies.
I'm like, fucking Nicodrome's got me wondering if there's like after credit scenes and shit in every fucking movie I watch.
That's funny.
I'm like, there's definitely not. I'm like, and if there is, I don't give a shit. I just watched this movie. Didn't fall asleep, by the way. Watched it in one
whole sitting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was laying in bed. I was so proud of myself. Because I literally got home yesterday and I was like, all right, I'm like, I have to watch it. I'm like, I have to watch it today because we're gonna do it tomorrow. I'm like, I have to watch it. So then I was like, I'm gonna lay in bed. And then I was like, that's not a good idea. You definitely shouldn't do that.
I have to watch it. I'm gonna take a nap while I watch it though.
Yeah. But I was like, no. I'm like, so I piled like all the pillows up. And I
you did like a little you had a little fort going.
Laid in bed the entire movie, watched the entire movie laying in bed.
It's kind of a long movie too, so that is kind of impressive.
It's like 2:12, I think is what it said. Yeah, I was like,
especially because you watch all the credits because you wanted something at the end. Which,
I didn't. I almost did.
Whenever we go to the theaters now, Angela's like, we'll be packing up stuff, and because it'll be movies that like we know there's nothing and stuff like there won't be at the end. But my mom will always be like, "Hey, there's probably a scene there at the end, right?" Like now she's like waiting for him as well in every movie. It's just funny how Marvel's made everybody trained for that.
Do you like lean into it when she's like maybe, and you're like, yeah, totally, we should probably stay.
No, but I should fuck with her next time.
You should.
That's funny.
Like, well, actually, you'd be like, now that you mention that, I think I actually heard that there is something.
Oh my god, I really gotta fuck with her next time.
You should. You definitely should.
At the end of Scream 6, there's an end credit scene, but it's almost more like a little blooper scene in a way too. But it just says not every movie needs an end credit scene, and that's literally it. And then it's over.
Right.
And it's like, oh wow, okay, cool. I waited for that. Awesome.
That is cool. Kind of stupid, but I get it.
It reminded me of like Captain America in was it Spider-Man when he shows up at the end and he's like patience and like tells you about patience, but it's also like fuck you waited for nothing.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah, this is nothing of importance.
Was there? Oh, my phone's over there. Was there anything else about Creed that you wanted to bring up?
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm excited to watch the second one and to talk about it. I don't know if there's necessarily anything else that I wanted to talk about when it comes to Greedy.
Well, then I'm gonna grab my. I can keep my headphones on, so I'll hear you. I'm gonna grab my phone real quick, so we could do some updates on other shows we watched and talked about on here real quick.
Yeah.
So let me see. I had them bookmarked on Twitter, so I gotta open this up. But we got some. I think I've sent you some of this too. House of the. Twitter's trying to make me update my email. Fuck off.
I want an app where I can like go in, where I don't have to pay money to buy the app.
Mm-hmm.
And I can keep track of every show and movie I've watched.
Oh, well, you could do Letterboxd, and you could just make like a playlist or like a list of the shows you're watching.
I mean, I could do that on the Notes app too, but how much?
Yeah, but on Letterboxd, it'll show pictures of the show or movie you're watching.
I like that.
Yeah, so you could do that.
Somebody said that I could do that on IMDb. Do you know if that's possible?
Oh, maybe you can. I'm not sure how, but maybe it's possible.
Because I was like, fuck. I'm like, because like I don't know, like I forget shit, and I think it'd be cool if I just started like everything I watched. Because like Abby watched the new season of You. Like she didn't even tell me she was starting it.
Oh wow!
I walk in, I walked in one day. I'm like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "You." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, nice." I go, "I don't really care." I go, "I'm just being a dick," but I'm like, "Thanks for letting me know."
So funny.
Because she gets hella mad if I watch some shit that she wants to watch.
Oh yeah, but then she can do it 100%. It's fine.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. It's all good. What are you gonna do?
That's funny. So we got a little House of the Dragon update. House of the Dragon season 2 will be 8 episodes long, 2 episodes fewer than season 1, and it's reportedly that it's for the story though that they're cutting that, and it's not for like money and time and all that.
Right.
They think it'll be a perfect ending at the 8th episode mark. So then they think it'll be better to lead season 3, which supposedly season 3 will be the last season too now, and end it there.
It is weird.
And they canceled like all. We've been talking about it in a while, but they canceled like all the spinoffs basically for Game of Thrones. Everything we talked about before, they canceled like every single one of them.
I don't know what's going on with HBO, but they're a little weird.
It's because there's new people at Warner Brothers and all that, so they're just changing everything, but it just kind of fucks over a lot of stuff. Oh, I guess that was the only. Let me see if there's anything.
I was gonna say, I think that was about the only thing I remember you sending me about.
I sent you. Oh yeah, I just sent you 2 House. Oh yeah, the other thing I just sent you was that season 3 of House of the Dragon has already been mapped out and greenlit apparently, but so it's not official to the public, but apparently behind the scenes they're already working on season 3.
They're talking about it, and they're really
they have
really
ideas.
Itching.
Oh yeah, Sarah Hess is putting her pen to paper and writing some stuff down. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I've been one of the streamers that I watch. He's I've sent you guys like videos of him before. He's like the bald guy. He's got like the big kind of like brownish reddish beard.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I think I know who you're talking about.
He streams and he's actually playing The Last of Us right now, remastered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think I watched him like 2 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I don't know. It's cool. I do eventually want to play it. Mm-hmm. So
is it fun? So, like watching someone else, like seeing him play it. Does it feel like the show, or does it just feel kind of different?
A little bit. He was at one part, and I was like falling asleep, but he was like someone asked the question in his chat. Fuck. Excuse me. They asked him like about the show, and he's like I enjoyed it. He's like I really wish they would have stuck to the video game, especially for this part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I think it would have been super dope. But like I said, I was like falling asleep because I was like, ooh, I'm like, I want to remember it. I wanted to bring it up to you, but I was fucking falling asleep. And, yeah, but I don't know. He was like taking a board and like putting it from one roof to another roof. in the game.
Oh,
Joel was.
okay.
So, I don't know if
I think that's Bill's storyline. So he probably because in the game you run around with Bill, Joel, and Ellie, and you guys are doing shit, and then you end up finding Frank's body hanging, and that's all you meet with him.
Okay.
So it was probably that is what I'm thinking of, but maybe there's another
like I
part
said, they were like
too.
on top. It wasn't like a tall building or anything, but there was like a. It was like a fucking water tower that was close by or some shit.
Yeah, I think that is that part. Okay, that's starting to sound a little familiar.
Like I said, I remember him being like, "Oh, he's like, I really wish they would have stuck to the video game." He's like, "I really think it would have been super cool to
see."
for the way
I agree that would have been really fun to see in live action, but also getting the Bill and Frank episode that we got, I'd much rather have that episode. That episode was so good.
It was pretty dope.
So like,
did you rank them?
Oh, I did. We could talk about that really quick. We have 5 minutes before we wrap up.
I have mine written down. If you wanted to, if we wanted to do, I didn't know if you wanted to touch on it or not.
Yeah, I have mine written down too. Would you like to go first, and then I will go?
Let me find them. Sure. Do you want to? I'll do mine going from 9 to 1, and then like I'll do my 9, and then you do your 9.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
And then okay. All right. So for my number 9, I have episode number 4. Please hold my hand. That's my least favorite episode.
Oh, it's your least. Okay, so I'll go the opposite. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. I have mine as number 4 also.
Okay. All right. So
Very
I was
good.
wondering how similar.
I didn't write down the name, so I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I did a little research, Josh. Josh did a little research.
I rewatched a couple episodes, but that was also for like when we were gonna do the podcast Monday, so like it's not. I didn't do as much research anymore.
No, I got you. Okay. And then for number 8. I have number 6, episode number 6, Ken.
I have episode number 5 there.
Okay, that was Endure and Survive. Are you fucking kidding me? 5? Maybe
I'm wrong. What happens in that one again?
That's when the little kid gets fucking killed. Like when the little black boy turns into a zombie.
Oh, that one. See, I did like that one, but there's other ones that are like that are better moments I like from the show.
Wow. Okay.
See, but on my list, I gotta clarify too. On my list, there's not an episode I think is bad too.
No. Yeah. Right. Well. Yeah. It's just it's shocking, and you'll find out why.
Oh, okay.
For number 7 for me, I have episode number 7, Left Behind.
Okay, I have number 6 for that.
That is Ken. So that was my number 8. So pretty close. For my 6th episode, I have episode number 2, Infected.
Same here. I got episode 2 as well.
Okay. For number 5, I have the final episode, Look for Light.
I have episode number 7 there.
Okay, that's Left Behind.
Mm-hmm.
For number 4, I have the first episode, When You're Lost in the Darkness.
Oh, okay. I have number 8 there, or episode 8 there.
That is When We Are in Need. For number 3, I have episode number 8, When We Are in Need.
For me, there, it's number 1.
Okay. For number 2, I have episode number episode 3, Long Time.
I have episode 9.
Okay, that's Look for Light. And then for my number 1, I have episode 5, Endure and Survive.
I kind of saw that coming a little bit. I have episode 3 there. The Frank and Bell episode.
Yeah.
That's what we were pretty close, and we had some exactly the same. That's kind of surprising.
We did.
I wondered how close we would be on our lists or not, but that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
We should do that. So when we get to once we see Creed 3, we'll rank all the Creeds too, even though that's only 3 movies, but I think that could be a fun thing we could do at the end, because then also we can clip that out, and now we have like an extra little video, you know?
Yeah. Are you excited for John Wick?
I am excited for John Wick. Yeah. I almost saw it the other day, but I didn't.
Oh, it's already out. Okay.
I think it came out last Friday, maybe a couple days ago. I'm not sure, but I just know I almost saw it the other day, and then I ended up not. But I've heard it's amazing. I've heard it's like one of the best John Wicks they've made.
I feel like we've talked about this before. Are you one of those people that thinks it's okay for someone to go to the movies by themselves, or is that weird?
I think it's okay. Sometimes I feel weird if I go by myself. I don't go by myself very often. I've only done it like once or twice, but I feel like it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine.
I do gotta say, the only time it would be weird is if I walked in a theater by myself and I saw one guy sitting in there by himself. Then I would feel very weird. Then I'd be like, what is going on here?
So if like you and another guy were the only people in the theater, you'd feel weird?
If it was possibly, it also depends where we're sitting. If he happened to pick a seat like right next to me
or right behind you,
I'd be a little scared.
Yeah, exactly.
I would just feel like I'm gonna get like shanked or something in this theater by myself.
Yeah. You're like, I think I'm gonna go get a refund and watch this at another time.
You know what? I don't remember if we've talked about this on a podcast or not, but I remember. Have you ever been scared in a movie theater? I only have a minute to tell this, so hopefully I'm fast.
No, I have not.
When me, Nick, and Taylor went and saw Joker, you know how there was all that talk about like people
never saw the movie,
people
but
shooting
yes.
in the theaters and all this stuff. The entire time in the Joker, I was like a little, like not completely. I was watching the movie and I was into it. But in the back of my mind, I was really worried about that. And then there's a part where he pulls out his gun and he starts doing mass shooting stuff. And I was like, oh, this is the prime time for someone to do this. So I was a little worried. And what's funny is I jumped, and I don't think Taylor and Nick noticed, but right as stuff was going on, someone opened the door next to me to go to the bathroom, and it scared the shit out of me. I thought I was getting shot at in a theater. And then, went back to normal, watched the movie, and we were all good.
That's sad.
But
that's the world we live in now.
I know. That's a scary world. But yeah, that was the only time I've been scared. I don't know why I just thought of that, but that was the only time I've been scared in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like I say, it's a legit thing. So I mean, it's
Oh, did we just end? Fuck. All right, let me just fix this. All right. Well, Hess is gone. The Zoom kicked us off because I didn't pay for longer Zoom. Hated it. But thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Catch you guys next week for another Pleeka podcast.
Yummer!